Hi boys and girls, welcome to reading. Now today in reading we're going to continue to talk about the letter U and the short and long sounds that it makes. And we are in our reading book, My View, and we are all the way on page 56. Okay, so now first thing we're going to do is trace the letters that need tracing in this column here for these three words. So I see the first word and I see a couple over here. First, let's go ahead and just trace the letters, and then we'll go ahead and read the words. Okay, so I'm finishing the U. Start at the midline, down around, and then back to the midline, straight down. And then, for the next one, I need to finish the U as well. And then I'm going over here to the E, just about halfway from the midline to the bottom line, across and around. Make sure that your tracing is right over there. That's helping us to be able to have great handwriting, which is going to be great next year going into first grade and the second grade. As we have very neat handwriting, everyone will have an easy time reading what we write. All right, and then the last one, the U. There we go. All right, boys and girls, so let's go ahead and read these. The pictures help to know what these say, but let's go ahead and sound them out. I see, what is that right there? That's right. Let's read it, just in case you're not sure what that word would be. First sound is what? It's C. K, k, k. Good. Next one is U, and that's going to be a short U. That's a we first learned. And then P. What sound does P make? P, p. Good. K, p. Let's blend them. Cup. Cup. Very good. That is a cup, as we see right there. The next one actually has a long U. Now remember yesterday we talked about how U has a short and a long sound. The short is the first sound of U that we learned in pre-K and kindergarten, which is and the long we learned yesterday, which is more of a U sound. It's like you're saying the name of the letter, U. Okay, so this one has that long U sound, so its first sound, first letter there is M, and then U, and the E is kind of silent, so it's mule, mule, mule. That's a mule. It's a donkey, a name for a donkey or a mule. All right, last one. So cup, mule, and this one has the short U sound. That'll make it easier to read if I tell you that. So let's go ahead and figure out the first sound, which is, that's an H. What sound does H make? Good. Short U sound, and then for the T, let's blend it. Hut. Hut. There's a hut. All right. Very good, boys and girls. So now that's cup, mule, and hut. We have read 3 words this morning. Now let's go ahead and write. We have the space here to write the word. We're going to copy it and make sure it looks just like this to practice our handwriting. Let's do that first. The C. Okay. And then with the U, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm doing the U just like that. And then the P, start of the midline, you're going to go down below the bottom line, okay? Back around. So I'm just going to show you what I wrote, and hopefully yours looks just like that as well. All right. You can pause the video if you need to catch up. We're going to go now to the next word, which is mule. Start at the midline, lowercase m, oops, straight down, and then a hump, and another one. And then we're going to the U, start at the midline, down, and then back to the midline, and down again. And then the L, lowercase l. Some people think that's an I, but that's a lowercase l. The uppercase I has a hat and then the little base there. But just from the top line all the way down to through the midline to the bottom line is lowercase l. And then the E, halfway from the midline to the bottom line, we go there and around. We don't connect it. We leave a little open area. So there is my word mule. Hopefully yours looks pretty similar to that. And then the word hut. Top line is where we start, the lowercase h, all the way to the bottom line. And then just below that midline, we go down. All right, that's my H. And then the U, we've been writing that. And then the T, start at the top line, down to the bottom line, and then at the midline or the belt, we just make that little cross section there. There's my hut. Hopefully your hut is similar. Very good, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and just go to the next side. I'm not really turning the page, just I'm showing you one page at a time so you can see it. And on this one, I see a picture here of a boy and a girl. They're having fun. Not really a picnic, they're just kind of out playing. He's playing a flute, she's playing with a cube, and I see a dog and a bug. And then I see the sun. So now we're going to look for words that have the U sound, whether long or short, okay? Remember, short is long is U, okay? That sound in the middle of a word. So do you see anything that has either of those sounds there? First of all, how about the sun? Do you hear the U sound? Sun. Sun. I hear that short U sound, in the middle. So we're going to circle it. Whatever we see, now it looks like an egg, doesn't it? Whatever we see that has a short or long U sound, we're going to circle. Okay. Now we're going to look at let's say these are trees. Okay, kind of clumped up together. But let's say those are trees. Does trees have the U sound? Trees. No, I hear an E sound, right? So we're not going to circle the trees. All right. How about the grass? Grass. Grass. I hear an A in the middle. No. How about the bug? There's a bug. 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 Wait a minute. I hear that short U sound. I'm circling that. What else? Now, I'm going to stop here. I see a couple more things at least. But what would you say if I just pause for a second and let you kind of point out something? Do you see something that has the or the U sound in it? Well, I see a flute. Flute. That has more of the long U sound. Flute. All right, I'm circling that. Not hard to see, but I'm circling around. And then the girl is playing with the cube. Cube. I hear the U sound right in the middle of that. So I'm circling that. There's a dog. Does a dog have a U sound? Dog. No, that's a O sound, isn't it? That's dog. That's not a, it would be like a Doog or something like that, or a Doug. But it's not, it's dog, so we're not going to circle that. Anything else? I think that's all I can see. Oh, wait a minute. What are they sitting on? First I thought blanket. No, I think it's a rug. Rug. I hear the short U sound. So I'm not going to circle all that because the kids are sitting there. I'm just going to circle a part of the rug, just to indicate that I recognize that the word rug has a U sound. All right, boys and girls, let's go ahead and now turn the page. I'm going to flip my book right over here, and we are going to keep on going with short and long U. You're learning every page of this workbook that we're working on. You're learning more about short and long U. So let's go ahead and just finish. You see where the dots are. We're finishing that. I see the U, and then I see down below the U, and then also the E. All right. So now we're going to look at the U, figure out what sound it makes. Is it short or long? And then underline, this time, the objects in this row that have that same U, whether short or long sound in it. Okay? So, what is this word? K, t, k, t, cut, cut. All right, so that's cut. So, is that short or long? I'll stop for a second so you can say. Is short. Very good. So we're looking for an object or objects with that short U sound. Now I see they've already started the underlining this because what is that? That is a cup. That's it. Good. How about this? That's a pen. N. I hear kind of an S sound in the middle of that. Pen. So that's an E. No, we're not going to underline that. This is a nut. You hear the short U sound? I sure do. Nut. It's not long U, that would be newt, but no, it's nut. Very good. Down below, this word is actually, it's not cut. That E, when there's the U and then a consonant and then an E, or another, you could say another letter, and an E, that turns it into a long U sound. Kind of a pattern there. So this is not cut, like there. It's cute. Cute. All right. Cute. So you were listening for that long U sound. U. Okay. I see a rope. O. Is that U? No, that's O, isn't it? We're not going to underline that. This is a tube. Tube. You hear the U sound in the middle? I sure do. Tube. We circled that one yesterday, right, on another page. And then here is a flute. Remember in the picture we just saw, the little boy was playing a flute. Flute. That is a long U sound. Underline it. Great job. Boys and girls, one more page. This is the last one. Tomorrow we're going to start on a story a couple pages away. So we're actually just going to review some vocabulary words that we need to be looking out for in the story. So let's go ahead and review these words. I'll read them, and then we're going to look for them in the sentences below. First one is all. All. Do we know what all means? All means like all, every one of them. For instance, we are all going to go to the mall. Everybody here is going to go to the mall. Or we are all together. All right. And then now. What does now mean? It doesn't mean later. It doesn't mean before. It means in this second. Right now. Somebody might say, hey, come over here right now. You got to see this. So that's now. Pretty. Pretty. What does pretty mean? Well, we know what it means. Kind of like cute, right? She looks really pretty. Or that cat is pretty. Something like that. All right, so all, now, and pretty. Let's look for these three words as we read. I'll read them to you. These sentences here. We all have a hat. So we're going to stop after each sentence and see if we heard a word. I see these already. You see these lines here? That's telling us we need to underline that because all is one of the words. All right. Is there now or pretty? We all have a hat. No, I don't hear it there. Next line. The red one is pretty. You hear it? Pretty, pretty. Underline it. That's our second vocabulary word. And then, so we've underlined all and pretty. What do you think we're going to underline now? Well, let's read the last one. Now we can go in the sun. That's it, now. Very good. And that's the last one there. All right, boys and girls. Well, tomorrow we're going to read a really good story about the past. And you worked really hard today. We had kind of a longer lesson. Thank you for working so hard on your reading. And thank you for joining me today.